Chennedy, Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And in the late.
That's one way to lose a job. Chennedy Carter just torpedoed her own WNBA career, and she did it in record time. One moment she's on the court, the next she's pushing Caitlin Clark like she's trying to sprint through airport security, and boom, career over. Like seriously, imagine losing your job over one shove. That's like getting fired from McDonald's for throwing a pickle too hard. But let's be real, this ain't just about one push. Carter has been bouncing around the WNBA like an unwanted group chat for years. 4 teams looked at her talent and still said, "Nah, we're good." And now, she's jobless. No team wants her. GMs are out here acting like she doesn't exist. Even Angel Reese unfollowed her. Y'all know that's the modern-day version of, we are never, ever, ever getting back together. But here's where it gets wild. Caitlin Clark is out here changing the entire WNBA, selling out arenas, breaking records, making so much money that the league is finally thinking about paying players more than a Subway sandwich. And Carter? She just messed with the golden ticket. So the big question is Chennedy Carter's WNBA career officially over, or can she still turn things around? Let's break it all down. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and deep dives into the biggest moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. Before we even get into the infamous Clark incident, let's rewind and take a deep dive into Carter's WNBA journey. She had all the talent in the world, quick, aggressive, fearless. She could break down defenses, slash through the lane, and finish at the rim like very few players in the league. Her raw ability was undeniable. But she also had something else, drama, and a whole lot of it. To start, she was drafted by the Atlanta Dream in 2020 and was supposed to be the next big thing. And for a while she was. She came in with a lot of hype, and her scoring ability was making waves early on. But then, off the court, things started to unravel. Locker room tensions began to surface, and Carter found herself at the center of conflict. She had disagreements with teammates, coaching staff, and even got into heated exchanges during games. The biggest red flag: she reportedly got into it with Courtney Williams, one of the nicest, most easygoing players in the league. That's like picking a fight with the chillest person at a party. If you're causing problems with them, that's a flashing neon sign that something isn't right. So what happened next? Well, Atlanta eventually said, "Yeah, we're done here," and traded her. The team had enough and didn't want to deal with the drama anymore. Then she landed with the Los Angeles Sparks, and it seemed like a fresh start. But guess what? More issues. She barely played, and when she did, her attitude overshadowed her game. Instead of making the most of the opportunity, she let her emotions get the best of her. By 2023, she was playing overseas in Turkey because no WNBA team wanted to take a chance on her anymore. That's a long fall from being a first-round pick just a few years prior. Fast forward to 2024. The Chicago Sky decided to roll the dice and give her a second chance. Maybe they thought she had matured. Maybe they believed her talent was too great to pass up. Either way, they put her on the roster, hoping she could contribute. And for a brief moment, it seemed like Carter was getting her career back on track. But as we now know, it didn't last long. Once again, she found herself in controversy, and this time, it may have cost her everything. All right, let's talk about the moment that made headlines, the moment that could be the final nail in Chennedy Carter's WNBA career. The Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky were facing off in what was supposed to be just another game in the season. The energy in the arena was electric, the fans were loud, and Caitlin Clark was per usual putting on a show. She was draining three-pointers, running the offense like a maestro, and making defenders look like they were playing in slow motion. Carter? She wasn't having it. And then out of nowhere, it happened. In the middle of a play, Carter suddenly aggressively shoved Clark like she was trying to bulldoze her way through airport security. The force of the push sent Clark stumbling, and for a split second, time seemed to freeze. The arena, which had been buzzing just moments before, went completely silent. Even the refs were stunned, blinking in disbelief at what they had just witnessed. Clark stood there, wide-eyed, looking around as if to say, "Did that really just happen?" Yes, it did. And Carter's WNBA career may never recover from it. At first, the foul was ruled as a minor infraction, but the replay told a different story. The WNBA wasted no time upgrading it to a flagrant foul. And not just any flagrant one that sent a clear message. We don't tolerate this. This wasn't just a hard play. This wasn't just frustration boiling over. This was an intentional, reckless move against one of the biggest rising stars the league has ever seen. The thing is, everyone was watching. Fans, coaches, sponsors, executives. The internet exploded within minutes. And if there's one thing the league doesn't want, it's unnecessary drama that taints its growing reputation. Carter picked the absolute worst person to shove the face of the WNBA's future, the golden ticket. The player single-handedly bringing in record numbers of fans, media coverage, and cash flow to the league. If you mess with that, you're not just messing with one player, you're messing with the entire foundation the WNBA is trying to build. It was more than just a shove. It was a statement, whether Carter meant it that way or not. And unfortunately for her, it might be the moment that pushes her out of the league for good. Now, you'd think after a moment like that, Carter would step up, apologize, and try to smooth things over. Maybe say something like, "Hey, emotions got the best of me. I regret it." You know, the kind of thing that makes teams at least consider giving you another shot. Even the smallest bit of accountability could have gone a long way in damage control. But nope. Instead, when reporters asked her about it, she refused to answer any Caitlin Clark-related questions. That's like getting caught red-handed and saying, "I don't talk about evidence." Not exactly a winning PR move. It made her look even worse, like she didn't care about what had happened or how people perceived her actions. The Chicago Sky took one look at the situation and basically said, "Yeah, we're good." They didn't just bench her, they completely cut ties. No long-term deal, no trade negotiations, nothing. That's rare in the WNBA, especially for a player with her scoring ability. It was a clear statement that the organization wanted no part of the baggage that came with her. And now, no team wants to sign her. She's essentially become basketball's version of an unclaimed lost item at the airport, just sitting there, waiting for someone to pick her up. But nobody wants to take the risk. The WNBA, as a whole, has distanced itself from her, and even her former teammates aren't rallying behind her. When people start unfollowing you on social media, that's the modern-day version of slamming the door in your face. It's not just about the push anymore. It's about what it represents: Carter's inability to be a team player and take responsibility for her actions. But the bigger question is, can she bounce back? Or is this truly the end of the road for Chennedy Carter? Well, let's dive deeper and explore why teams are still hesitant to take a chance on her. Whoa, you've made it this far. That must mean you're really enjoying the video, right? So why not take a quick second to hit that follow button? It's totally free, super simple, and helps us keep bringing you more awesome content, especially if you love the WNBA. Whether it's game highlights, player spotlights, or behind-the-scenes moments, we've got you covered. Plus, by following, you'll never miss a beat when it comes to your favorite teams and players. Go on, tap that follow now. All right, let's jump back in. So why isn't any team taking a chance on Carter? Here's the cold, hard truth. Carter isn't out of a job just because of the push she's out, because no one wants the nonstop drama that follows her like a shadow. Let's be real. You can be the most talented player in the league, but if you bring negative energy everywhere you go, teams will drop you faster than a bad Tinder match. And that's exactly what's happening here. 4 teams have given her a chance, and 4 teams have basically said, "Yeah, we're good." That's not just bad luck, that's a pattern. Word spreads fast in the WNBA, and when coaches and execs start talking, you better believe they're not saying great things about Carter. The league is evolving, and with stars like Caitlin Clark drawing record-breaking crowds, huge sponsorship deals, and skyrocketing TV ratings, the WNBA is looking for positive role models, not unnecessary controversy. Teams rely on sponsors, and sponsors don't want their brand linked to drama. If you're constantly making headlines for the wrong reasons, you're not exactly someone companies want to put on a billboard. But the biggest issue? She hasn't shown any real growth. Instead of owning up to her past mistakes, she dodges questions and acts like nothing's wrong. And when you don't take responsibility, teams notice, coaches notice, fans notice. The WNBA isn't just about talent, it's about leadership, professionalism, and being someone people can root for. Right now, Carter is failing that test. And until she changes, she's going to keep getting iced out. Let's get one thing straight. Caitlin Clark isn't just another star player. She's a once-in-a-generation talent who is actively changing the game, literally. The Indiana Fever are projected to have over 600,000 fans attend their games this season, an absolutely jaw-dropping number. To put that in perspective, The last time any WNBA team even came close to that was back in 1999. That means Clark is bringing in historic levels of attention to women's basketball, making it impossible to ignore. And it's not just about ticket sales. Clark's influence is extending far beyond the court. Her jersey sales have skyrocketed, boosting overall WNBA merchandise sales by a staggering 1,000%. Yes, you read that right, 1,000%. That's not a typo, and it's definitely not something the league is taking lightly. When a single player can cause that kind of shift in financial and fan engagement metrics, it means they are more than just a player. They are an asset to the entire league. But let's take a moment to really understand why this matters. The WNBA has been fighting for more attention, more revenue, and more respect for years. With Clark in the picture, it's finally happening. More eyes are on the league, more investors are interested, and more casual sports fans are tuning in to see what all the hype is about. In short, Caitlin Clark isn't just growing the WNBA, she's revolutionizing it. So when Carter shoved her, it wasn't just a foul, it was a direct hit against the future of the league. The WNBA wasn't about to let that slide, and neither were the fans. The backlash was swift. The conversation blew up on social media, and suddenly Carter wasn't just a player with a bad attitude, she was the player who tried to take down the face of the league. Clark isn't just a great player, she's a business asset, a marketing goldmine, and a symbol of where the WNBA is headed. When someone like Carter jeopardizes that, the league takes notice, and the consequences are swift. But what does this mean for Carter's future? Is there any way for her to repair the damage? What's next for Carter? Right now, she's a free agent, but the problem is no team is calling, not even a whisper. It's like the WNBA has completely ghosted her. If she wants another shot, she's got work to do. First, she needs to apologize and actually mean it. Teams want to see real accountability. Second, she has to fix her attitude, no more drama, no more fights, just basketball. If no WNBA team is willing to take a chance on her, she might have to prove herself overseas first. And most importantly, she needs to stay out of trouble, no more bad headlines. If teams see her making positive moves, she might just get another opportunity. Will she make a comeback? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the WNBA isn't waiting around for her to change. This is a lesson in professionalism. Talent can open doors, but the wrong attitude can slam them shut. If Carter wants back in, she'll have to do more than just play good basketball. She'll have to show she's a whole new person, on and off the court. And that's a wrap. So what do y'all think? Has Chennedy Carter officially fumbled her WNBA career? Or is there still hope for a comeback? Should a team take a chance on her, or is she better off playing overseas? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear all your takes on this one. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to stay locked in with all the latest WNBA drama, updates, and deep dives. We're bringing you the real, unfiltered takes you won't hear anywhere else. Oh, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a new upload, because trust me, this season is just getting started, and the drama is only going to get crazier. All right, that's all for now. Catch y'all in the next one.